Paperless post invites because it's just that season. Birthdays, graduations, no weddings.
Yes, we have a wedding.
Who?
We have a cousin.
Oh, I'm not going. Welcome to the Uninvited Guest Podcast.
Hosted by Samina
and Marissa.
We are the mother-daughter duo.
Turn one of your little friends.
Get ready to ditch the filters.
We're trying to break generational curses. Here, the conversations must flow free because our real life interpersonal growth depends on it. So get ready to be a part of the twists and turns in our own life stories that could give any comic book baddie a run for their money.
If you're up for some heartfelt storytelling that celebrates growth, resilience, and the struggle to keep going, you're in the right place. Let's get into it.
Thank you for allowing us to start it in this space and let it manifest into greatness.
Amen. Woo woo.
Okay. Now we're ready. Would you like to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
No, let me get it out the way.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, I'm Samina. I'm your resident menopausal mommy with 5 years from retirement, hopefully. Looks like it may really actually be 7 because life is lifing. Recording from my home in Dallas, Texas, with current open tabs of Costa Rica real estate, office decorating or decor, and then Rambler sparkling water.
Because it's sold out everywhere, and I feel like it's 2020 again, looking for toilet paper. Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm a resident Zillennial. I crack a joke about everything, so hopefully get ready to laugh. But other than that, I have 169 days until I turn 30. Not okay with that. And I am reporting from Dallas as well with mi madre. And my open tabs. Paperless post invites because it's just that season. Birthdays, graduations, no weddings.
Yes, we have a wedding.
Who?
We have a cousin.
Oh, I'm not going.
Pastor retirements.
We do have pastor retirements, all the things. Yeah, it's just that season. It's just that year, actually. Okay, but also, open tabs are home decor because I'm decorating a new space.
Interesting.
With a partner. And I'm being very... I need control of my Pinterest board to come to life. And then, yeah, I think that's really it. I had a potty train because I also got a new puppy recently.
I thought you were going to say potty train a kid. I was like, whoa, do I have something? You need to tell me something.
So, newsflash. No, that's not it. There's a dog. All right. So I did want to open this podcast. First of all, what? What was that?
Nothing. I was thinking, would you hear the water drinking?
Probably, but it's too late now. Okay. What's your word of the week? I feel like I've always been a word of the year type of girl, to which mine is longevity this year. But what is your word for this week?
So I love that concept, word of the week, because I am a live in the moment kind of girl.
I got that best trait, worst trait from you.
So my word of the week is hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you feeling hopeful about?
I'm hopeful because I can, for once, say I'm in love again. After being divorced for 20 plus years, I can finally say I'm in love again. Look like I finally found my life partner, or I should say remainder of the life partner.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've got less of it behind me now.
I will stuff you on that couch.
And then a birdie told me that someone else is in love too.
Ooh, who could that be?
Ah.
Where's the bird? Where's the bird?
I hear it flying.
Okay, the birdie's me. I am said person in love. And it's fun, I will say. Like, I haven't said, well, I guess kind of it like flows into my word of like excited. I'm excited this week about this podcast and doing it with you because it is something like I've always desired to do something with you, and obviously I'm doing life with you, but doing something that is tangible in the sense of like I will always have this footage, which is really cool to me because I can show future grandkids whatever that may be. But I'm also excited that we're both in love for the first time at the same time.
Right.
And there's a lot of conversations that have happened off camera that have just like have been learning lessons or like self-actualization or self just like discovery through finding love, but doing it together, which was unintentional.
Right.
You were way in love before I was, but now you feel it.
Now I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is,
I mean, yeah, it's amazing to be in love, to openly say I'm in love.
yeah.
Yeah. To think about retirement together, what our future will hold.
Yeah.
That's together. Trying to blend our families together. So that will be, he has, of course, we're older, so he has this child.
Yeah.
That's not child,
an adult.
an adult like
child.
you. But eventually we realize that you both have your own families and how that all comes into place.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yes.
It's an exciting time. Also, there's this thrill of like having your parents or like move somewhere and be like, oh, it's like a vacation home. Like I get to go visit my mom in another country, which is really cool. Obviously that is built in, and I have a sort of security in that because I've been traveling my whole life, you being in the airline industry and me just like being attached to your hip and like always wanting to get on a plane. So it feels very natural for you to like want to up your roots and go.
Yes. And well, me being not only just being in the airline industry, but just the background of, being in a military dependent, always moving in different countries. So it's been obviously, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
To find somewhere where I feel comfortable, because I don't really, where a lot of people have a small town where they call it home. Now, granted, I was born in England.
Yeah.
Your grandmother was from Jamaica. Your grandfather was from New York. Your dad's from Texas.
Yeah.
And we've lived in Texas for the majority of our life. But I still have never felt like one place was where home was, because we've moved so much.
Yeah.
At least I have moved so much.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to now just make something really home.
Yeah.
And Costa Rica is where it sounds like it's really going to be.
Home.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I mean, I think like 58 years. I was really trying to do the math just now, and then I was like, she tells me to remember her birthday by the Super Bowl because her birthday is the same week as the Super Bowl, and she's also the same age as the Super Bowl. Shout out to that fun fact. But I think it's just really interesting that like 58 years it took for you to like discover what home is for you. Mm-hmm. And like I kind of want to like reference these paintings because it took you 58 years, 3 houses to hang art.
Right.
Because you had that inner child and you said, I'm moving.
Right.
I'm moving. This is not home. This is not home. And so you're healing even that part of you of saying like, I'm home now. I'm
Right.
home. And even though this is like a stepping stone for the next, this is always in.
Right.
And you're starting here,
Right.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
So just shout out to you for being open. I think that's another reason why I was like, podcast with mom is I've witnessed or been like, yeah, I've truly witnessed your growth like in real time through our relationship from childhood to adulthood.
Which is amazing. It's been an amazing journey,
Yeah.
I must say. And I'm thankful for that, actually, that I have learned to grow and I'm still continually to grow. I'm open, you know,
Yeah.
not closed mind. So yeah, wiser.
Wiser. Wiser is the word. Being open, I guess. Do you feel like it's harder to become wiser with the things that you're rooted in? Like there's just like, some people say it's like you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
Do you feel like there's resistance? And I'm only saying that as like someone who is falling in love, and there are things that I feel like are stuck in me that are like my ways at 29.
Yeah, definitely. I can say being single, well, don't think I didn't date, but pretty much being single.
And date often. I always add an extra line, but I'll save it up for later.
Being single or not married, I should say, for the 20 plus years, I've become more stuck in my ways.
Yeah.
You know, because I've had to do things on my own,
Yeah.
right? So I haven't had someone to bounce an idea across or just have a conversation. That it always had to be, it's like whatever I say goes.
Interesting.
Right. And so this is post 30s, right? So mid 30s at this point, now into my late 50s, excuse me. And so so that you learn that you do become stuck in your ways, and you have to learn to give and take, but hopefully you have a partner that you can give and take with.
Yeah.
You have to find someone that's equal with you, equally yoked with you, honestly, and can tolerate your quirkiness, and you can also tolerate their quirkiness, but still enjoy it and still laugh through the whole journey.
Yeah.
Laughter is important.
One thing we're going to do is laugh.
Laughter is important. Yes, it is.
Yeah. I think I take my humor a little too far sometimes.
Never too far. You think so?
Never too far. I think there's moments for seriousness and there's moments for humor, and I want to insert humor immediately. I'm like, I got a meme for that. Just to like break it. And maybe that's like, what did you call it? Last week when we were talking, you were like, that's my nervous response.
Yeah, it's like a nerve. It's kind of like it's like an icebreaker. It releases the tension.
Releases the tension is what you used. Yeah. I'm a release the tension by laughter, and I feel like there's a lot of tension, so I like have to. I feel like my moments of laughter come back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
So I don't get caught up in the tension.
You definitely got that from me.
Yeah.
You definitely got that from me.
Yeah.
And I think in this season of life, my partner has had to learn that my laughter is not at them.
Yeah.
It's just to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Basically, because we too have our own little struggles, right?
Yeah.
Trying to understand each other after 50 plus years.
Yeah.
And so, but I think laughter almost is just not laughing at them.
Right. Yeah.
Just laugh. Sure. They just need to understand that. I shouldn't say him or her.
Yeah. You need to understand.
Yeah.
Truly. I get it. Well, I'd say enough about our partners. They're great, but we have to talk about how we got here.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
How we got here. Do you want to start, or do
No,
you
I'll
want
let you start on this one.
How we got here? Okay, well, as I already said, like I've wanted to do something with like tangible evidence. I even started with our family reunion last year when we went to Jamaica, like capturing our elders, telling stories, so that I have that. But I think I just hit many markers in my life. 14 being one of them, where I left the house and I decided to go live with dad full time. And then 18 being another marker of like being diagnosed with Crohn's, going off to college out of state, playing collegiate volleyball, having to find normalcy in a very like abnormal environment or like
Situation,
yeah, because it was just like situationally it was just chaotic. And then now being in the state, I said we weren't going back to our partners, but being in love,
right.
Moving away from home for the first time, which was in between the school part and the falling in love part, but moving to California 3 years ago.
It's been 3 years already.
It's crazy. It's been 3
crazy.
years. So yeah, with all of that, I just felt like now was a healthy time to kind of bring our conversations to real life, because we both, off camera and just in life, when we come across mother-daughter duos or like, we're like, it wasn't always this way.
Right.
And we try to preface like, we had to fight for this. We had to fight for this relationship. We had to fight for this dynamic, the authenticity, the vulnerability, and even like the disagreements. Like we had to fight for that.
Yeah.
Because just naturally, I think it happens. It occurs with almost every mother-daughter duo, or just like parent-child relationship. I think there's a season, but it can last multiple seasons if you so dare choose. And thankfully we didn't, so we're here.
Yeah, and I can say, back to my word, hopeful. I want all those parents out there, all those mothers that are struggling with their kids and their hearts are broken, to give them hope, because we, like you said, we weren't like this always.
Yeah.
There was a time where it was hard. It was, we were both broken. But when people look at us now, when they have conversations with us, they can't imagine, like they don't know what we went through to get where we are now.
Yeah.
So for anybody out there that's having just issues, whether it's the daughter, the son, the mother, the father, whatever the dynamic is, just know that there is hope.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing through the hard times, and at the end, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
You think I'm beautiful?
I think you're beautiful. I think we're beautiful together.
I know. I was just trying to get a compliment. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. No, I think it's so beautiful. And I really was like, man, I wish I could just tell this story more often, because it is like more common. You know, it's like divorce, right? They say like the rates are so high. It's 50-50 now. And it's like, I think also the rates are high of parent-child relationships that are hard.
Right.
But there are well, I won't say there are none. There are outlets. They can be super expensive. You know, therapy. You did that for me. But that, at the time, was not even the reason why I was going to therapy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just hoping to add to that community of people that are trying to tell their story and how they got through it.
Yeah.
and then laugh in between, because there's been many moments. There are going to be many crying moments. I was already getting emotional when you were talking about it, because it still just makes me emotional all over again to think at one point you were like my enemy.
Yeah.
In my head.
Yeah, yeah.
In my head. But I was so dead set on that, and I don't know how you would like place me. Like,
I could actually tell you, while I was her enemy, I found a lot of free time. I got a hobby.
My hobby was serial dating.
I went back to school.
You did.
I went back to school.
You went back to school for that.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I found, I was like, wow, okay.
You do you, I'm gonna do me.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of this free time.
Yeah.
And so that's why how I was able to work on myself.
Yeah.
Which helped work on both of us. You know, we didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. I am very proud of you for that, because I think just from experience now and talking to other parents or kids, like they get so wrapped up in their kids' lives that they couldn't even dare to utter the words of, well, I will just go do fill in the blank.
Right.
And you dared yourself. Like, I don't even know yet, right? The grit or determination or like courage that takes to be like, I'm just gonna go do this instead, since she wants to go
Right.
act like a little brat.
Right. Literally.
Say that now. My pride can be put to the side, and I can say that now. But I also was trying to prove a point, and I did not have the emotional language at the time to like tell you what I was feeling and articulate it in a way that like you could hear me, because it didn't make sense. Like, all of my basic needs were met.
Right.
Food, shelter, da-da-da. But it was like, there is still a humanness that comes with every dynamic you're in, parent-child, you know,
Right.
spouse. So it's like friendships, that it's like you have to still understand that there's a human in this dynamic outside of the...
Right.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it. Yeah. You know, as a parent, at least I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I wanted the best for you.
Which you did. Asterisk. I think you did.
And so obviously I tried to put you in the best scenarios at all costs, no matter what it took to get you there. And I did that, but I didn't realize that you were miserable as I was doing that. While I was, I was looking at your future as a whole, but not you as a person.
In the present moment.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like both have to exist, right? For that to work. And we were having a conversation earlier with my childhood best friend, which is also your adult best friend.
Right.
Of like having expectations for a child, and us wanting to meet those expectations also puts a little bit of a burden on the kid when you don't know how, because you see the full picture of the future for me, and I only see what's ahead of me, and I can barely see that.
Right.
But it all blew up, at 14, 13, 14.
Typical teenage rebellion years, what I've now learned anyway.
Yeah. And there was just, with the natural tension, there was added tension of just not hearing each other or being there for each other in the present moment. But it still manifested to be beautiful, so.
It did.
Shout out.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade anything. You trade something? Uh-oh.
No, like I was like, before I say that, would I trade anything? To get to, I mean, obviously, like, you always tell me, like, don't regret life. Don't regret anything.
Right.
So I don't regret it. But you know how, like, if I could go back and change little tweaks, you know, I think I could have been less of a rebel. No. That's what needed to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what needed to happen.
As hard as it was, I agree. It
Yeah.
needed to happen.
Yeah. I think in being now like 30 and like knowing that my kids are going to give me payback, my future kids.
Oh, I
think
can't wait.
There's some things I'm like, I could have changed that. I could be a little better. Trying to like butter God up and be like, hey, yo, did you hear that? I'm like wanting to be better in hopes that my kids come out a little different. At that age, I was an angel human until then. But yeah,
Okay.
that was just me being like, God, chill out.
That's fair.
Please.
We are still waiting. She knows.
Yeah,
She knows I'm waiting.
I know. And I'll just send them to you. Here you go. Here's your grandchildren. You did it once before, let's do it again.
I'm like, no. I want you to feel this one.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But I will say getting here we've already said it, we'll continue to say it took time and work. So I hope that you all are open to hearing what it took. Know that there is a lot of crying, a lot of laughter, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of continued growth.
Right.
That is ahead, because we have so many conversations off camera, whether I'm calling on you, whether you're calling on me, whether we're, at home together, that are still like healing, cathartic, necessary to get to the next step of life.
Right.
Which for you is retirement, falling in love, raising your grandchildren.
I don't remember ever signing up for that one.
Added bonus. You don't have to talk about it. We'll talk about it later. Don't disagree with me on camera. I'm just kidding. And then for me, like, I am also at that point where like I need that hand reaching back and being like, this is what I've learned. Like, learn from me.
Right.
Kind of thing. So, yeah.
I love that. I love how you thought of, because remember we talked about our culture, the Jamaican culture.
Yeah.
Reaching back. You don't leave anybody behind.
Don't leave anybody
You kind of brought that back. Let the people know where your roots are.
Yeah.
Where part of your roots are. You've got a lot of roots. You got roots all over the place. But
I'm just rooted.
what do we say for the Olympics? Go Jamaica, go USA, go China, go England.
I was like, just go everybody. Like the UN up in here. No, it feels really good. And actually, it's funny. I don't know if this is a good note to end on, but I actually journaled that I am in my season of rooting.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I've bloomed up for so long with the people-pleasing person in me, and now it's time to actually like root down. Physically, I'm rooted. Like I don't really travel as much as I used to, but mentally, relationally, like spiritually, I am becoming so rooted.
Love that for you.
Me too.
Love that.
Honestly, me too. I rebelled against it for some time.
I mean, I do miss her coming home every other week, but
Say it again.
I do miss that. I do miss that. I do.
I will come home more often. I think I needed that season. Otherwise, I wouldn't be where I am now, like relationally.
Yeah.
I think you even see that. You're just my mom, so you see it. But
am I though your mom?
you're my mother. I know you're my mom. I just don't know who my dad is. Just kidding, Dad. I'm so kidding.
Inside joke.
Inside joke. Do not beat me up. I love you, Dad. Yes. No, I will come back home because I do feel like I can get back to that like balance. And you're now petless.
Yes.
And my mom actually, for the first time, visited me in California. So,
I loved it. I
feel
loved
free
it.
to do more of that.
I will. I will. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, to see how you live, where you live, what you do. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the things. All the things.
All the things Cali.
All the things Cali. Yeah, it's really my life, which is weird. I really thought of it as like a transient kind of like timestamp in my life. And day after day, I'm realizing one of my roots is going to be in Cali,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So, are you getting a call from the booth?
Ooh, that means it's almost time to wrap this up.
She's in love, y'all. It's time to call the baby. What else was I going to say to you? I had something else to say, and I just completely lost it. Anyways, I'm glad that you came to California. I'm glad I get to come home. And thanks for tuning in to our first episode of Uninvited Guest.
We look forward to talking to you guys real soon again.
Yeah. Bye.
Did you forget?
We're releasing this on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Oh, thank you. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, actually.
Yeah.
I hope they're enjoying this.
Yeah, I hope everyone gets free pie.
Free pie? Watch out for your kids that are trying to take you to eat something free.
Parents did it when we were kids. So
never ever took you to somewhere.
Okay, that's it. Good night. It's like I'm just, Anyways, we'll do something. But I think this is also a momentous occasion. This is a different Mother's Day. This is a different Mother's Day. Like, you looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language.
What do you mean different Mother's Day?
No, like, this is a different thing to do for Mother's Day.
To take me to somewhere free?
She's still stuck on the fact that I'm taking her somewhere free. No, the fact that we're, like, doing something together.
Okay.
It's not like trying to scramble through the odd times of brunch reservations.
Got it.
We're like doing something.
I think she's still trying to not take me to brunch and take me somewhere free.
Maybe I am. This is a season of saving money, okay? So maybe I am. No, but that's it. I will say that. And then I'll ask you a question because I am entering a season of mothering in a very different capacity, step-mothering, which I'm a lover of kids. So for the soon-to-be stepmoms out there, or the stepmoms out there, because you've also had that role, what's like a piece of advice that you would give us who aren't really taking this day to be celebrated because there's still a mother present. But you're still kind of, if you so choose, you're putting the time, the effort in to at least try to fill in the gaps and be the best stepmom ever. That's my goal. That's my intention. So what piece of advice would you give?
Yeah, so I would say, especially in the beginning, don't take it personal because it does hurt, right? Because you realize you put in a lot of energy and time and love to your stepchild or stepchildren, depending on how many are there. But no, so you can't force it, but in time, your efforts and love will be recognized by your children. Now, it may not be, of course, because they'll almost always have an obligation to their mother, right? So, whether, I mean, if you and the other parent, the other mother, can come to a great relationship, so all of you can be celebrated together, that would be really beautiful. It'd be beautiful for the child and just the relationship in general. But if not on that specific day, then hopefully I'm challenging all the other partners that you're with to help recognize you at a different moment. To let you know that you are too as important as the birth parent.
Yeah. Happy step parent day too.
Exactly.
Whatever that is.
I'm
We're
sure-
gonna make it a day.
I'm sure there must be a national step parent day out there somewhere. There's a national day for everything else.
I know. I've just never heard of that one.
Well, you know what? Here
We
we
gonna
go.
make it.
We're going to petition for National Step Parent Day if there's not already one.
Just don't do it in the fall because I got enough stuff going on then. It could be far away from Mother's Day and Father's Day, but not at the fall point of the year either.
Well, you don't want it during the Christmas season either.
See, this is why step parents don't have a day. It's like Black History Month. Just keep getting pushed to the side. That is crazy. Okay, let's play a quick game of what moms don't actually want for Mother's Day. Do moms actually want a full day with their kids on Mother's Day?
Do you want me to be honest?
Nah. Just lie. It's fine.
This mother always wanted space.
Space. Space is the best gift.
Best gift.
So if you're given the space,
That one day, just time to get up on my own. And I used to say, I used to say be able to shave my both legs and under my arms,
She's
even though I don't have
hairless.
any hair. But
She's
it's just
always
the
been hairless.
the thought that I could, if I had to be able to do that on my own, pick out whatever I want to eat. If I want to indulge in chips and salsa for breakfast, I could do that and wouldn't have to worry about Johnny or Sue, whatever they wanted to eat, or Johnny and Sue making me some bad breakfast that I really don't want.
Not Johnny. So then you're faking it. You're faking it.
Yes, I faked many of those days when you made a beautiful breakfast for me. Yeah, I did fake it. I loved you for it. I love the thought. But,
I feel like all the things you could have chosen. Food is the craziest one because I actually am a good cook.
But not as a child.
I feel like I was. But
Okay.
but
We're going to digress on that one.
yeah, I was gonna say but we digress.
Not many kids are good chefs. I mean, now the kids that may be on the chef show, whatever that's called, junior chef. Yeah, they may be. But most kids are bringing you some undercooked eggs, cold toast, some watered down coffee or something. You know.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. All right, so to the other parent out there, like honor the gift of having a mother in the ways that they want to be celebrated.
Yeah.
So as an adult, how do you want to be celebrated? Now that like you have an adult child.
Now it's funny. It's like in reverse, right? Because now I don't see you as often. So yes, it's precious for you to be with me. Mwah.
Love you.
I love
Happy
you too.
Mother's Day, Mom.
Yes, happy Mother's. Oh wait,
What?
you're not a mother. Yes, happy Stepmother's Day.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm working. I'm trying to get my credentials.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing. It's just a matter, semantics. That's all it is.
If you like things.
Oh, where's that song? I can't sing. Otherwise, I definitely would sing. Oh, 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 oh.